Here we go. Okay. We are here, which is where we are supposed to be. So when we left yesterday, we were trying to figure out how to do this fountain thing. And I thought about it a little bit. And what I think we're going to have to do is this, is we had made individual pieces of the fountain from the fountain. And I don't think that's the way we have to go. So that way, it doesn't matter which one they bring back, because it'll all be the same. It'll all be the same piece of art. So as long as it's one of them, it will build the fountain as she sees fit, meaning the otter. And I'll show you what I mean about them by that, because I did do I was trying to figure out how to get it to work last night, and I will not say that it was perfect. I will not say anything. I will not give you eggs and ham. I will not say that, Sam. I ain't. Let me start this up over here, and then we'll go. I also had to clear out the save, which was a whole another issue. Let's get the logos out of the way. That one, yeah. So let's see. Let's start with this. So let's take a look here at what I did last night. So we've got to start completely over here. Run past everybody. Go into town. Up here. So there's some pieces here, and there's the otter, right? So the otter says, "Hello there. First build fountains, blah, 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 blah. Find them. Do you want to do it? Yeah, I'll find the pieces. Thanks." So I think you left with, that's from the old thing. So these are the pieces that I put together, and all I did was, so he can pick them up and take them back to her. And let's see if we can get up here a little bit more so you can see the top. So if he gives that to her, she will say, "Wow, you found one of the pieces," and you can see where the fountain goes together. You know, found the piece without me even asking, blah, 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 blah. You're closer to the gods, go get the rest. But the problem is now they all disappear and I can't get another one. So I still have to figure that out. But what I did figure out is that this, having them actually be the pieces is not right. Yeah. She's starting completely over here. Would you like to look for a piece? Yes. Thanks. But she thinks we've already, there's a weird loop going on there where she thinks she's there, but yeah. So what I think I need to do is, let's look at the code. I'll show you what I did here, because it just was not working. Yes, the old school biking gloves. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Alrighty, so let's close this. Go to this. So here's where the problem is I got in the code, it's still half the other code, but here's the activate build. So what I may need to do is have one for each piece, but we'll have to see if that'll work, because the way I'm changing the frame of the fountain is that there's a counter now, and that counter updates the frame. So what we might be able to do is just do the same thing with the name of the piece. And then instead of having all the 4 different pieces as 4 different pieces, we can have a single piece of art that represents all the missing pieces. So like just some broken rocks or something, where you bring the broken rocks back, the otter then mixes it with the water in the theory is the otter will mix it with the water in the fountain, and then the piece will reform on the fountain, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm leaning with it, because I'm trying to get this all to work. But my problem right now is that if they're all named the same thing, then it destroys all of them on the page, not just the one. Another problem I had, and I didn't even show it to you. Let me go back to. Let me go back to our build here. Is if I were to leave the. If I were to go back there, and I get the piece, and I give it to her, and she puts the first piece in. If I leave this screen and come back, it all resets. So I got to figure out how to stop that to happen. It all resets, but the quest doesn't. So if I go to, oh yeah, it does. I guess it does. So I got to figure out how to make sure that that stays. All those things stay. Because what I might have to do is write a piece of code that says, if the fountain frame number is 1, then advance to 2. If it's 2, advance to 3. If it's 3, advance to 4. That kind of thing. Or I'm going to have to take that activation code and say, okay, and make a separate activation for each piece. That's probably the best way to go with it. And then just have it determine what goes in there. And check. Okay, yeah, there's people there. Okay. So what I was going to do as a test is we're going to go back to our first screen. So why does it reset the whole scene? Again, I have to find out. I think it has something to do with the start page. So I have to figure that one out. Because it shouldn't, but it does. And I wouldn't mind if it reset the screen if it didn't reset the fountain, because that to me is the most. It's misled by the moon. Thank you very much for the follow. So I'm gonna have to. I'm not sure how to keep those changes, but then I realized, you know what? Every screen does that. So there's obviously something in the code that tells it to reset every time, and I think that there are certain things that you do want to reset, but not everything. So this weekend I'm gonna have to be doing a lot of code investigation. Also, if I do go pick up the old pieces that we made, which you can do, it doesn't mean anything to her. So there's two big problems. Number one is, how do we bring multiple items to her and have the changes that are made when you give her those items stay, which means the fountain stays what it's supposed to be. Because I know it's possible, because I'll have to look at the hat code. Let's look at the hat code. Because the hat stay. Oh no, the hat doesn't stay. What it does was it changes the sprite. But that's kind of what we're doing with the fountain. Because all the rest of it would be fine as long as the fountain pieces stayed. Yeah. Well, they are if you do a save game, but they're not if you thing. So what we may have to do is on certain scenes, we're going to have to save settings. So we can go back to, close this, go back to our code. Let's take a look. So if we go to, let's look at our save code. Let's see if we can add that to this actually. So if we go to our scripts, save. So here's all the things that it saves. So we wanted to save the room. Create map, save room. Let's see if we add that to... Interesting. Let's add this. Wonder what happened if we did that. Go back to activate not liftables. We want... Okay, where did it go? So here's all the things that it does. Is it... So when we bring it back, it does a count up. So let's do it. Let's put that here. This probably just not going to work at all, but hey, it'd be funny. Worst comes to worst, it'd be funny when it completely screws up. But does that save? Okay, but even if it saves it, does it can it reload it? Okay, it did build. That's a good sign. Another thing we might want to do is, can we update? I mean, because I can change the frame on, I'll show you where that is here in a second. We can definitely change the frame on an object. That's how we're doing it there. Waiting for, yeah, okay. Let's go back in. Grab this. Give it to her. Does that. And then we leave and it crashes. Oh, it didn't crash. And it didn't save. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. Bump, 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 bump. So yeah, it's more of the room. I have to go to the room code and fix it. That can't be it. But what I've done here is this, is I've created a frame number variable. So I've created a frame number variable to, okay, that's fine. To say, okay, what frame number is it on? And then what happens is when we deliver something back to her, so if we deliver a piece to her, it calls the fountain quest, it changes the fountain quest to 2. Let's do this. Let's change this to, let's go back to, into, where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, I didn't mean to close that window, but what is it on? Oh, here it is. No, it's not that one. This one. Okay, so when we are building it, it sets to 0. 2 means that it's finished. So if we set this to 0, which means it will start over, and then we can say, if frame equals 4, okay. If frame equals 4, then it sets to 2. If frame does not equal, so it should. That's probably why it repeats. Looks like I have a wrong thing in there too. So, Opus NPC. Okay, I'm in the wrong one, aren't I? I think I am. No, this is the fountain one. Yeah, this is the activate fountain one. So this is the talk. If frame equals 4, it goes to 2. If frame does not equal 4, then it should stay on 0. Let's see what happens there. That'll allow us to pick up another piece. Okay, if instance destroyed. No, we do not want to do that. We want to go do the same thing with this one. So that way it won't destroy the piece, but I'm not sure if this logic's right. So this is going to end badly. I'm pretty sure this won't even build. Okay, it built. That's weird. That is really weird. Okay, so let's crash. Nope, didn't crash. It's gonna. Okay, so that does that. Which means our counter goes up. He can drop that. He can pick up another one. Okay. But it didn't iterate. Okay, but we are on the right track because it didn't get rid of it. But if we, this should then be 4. Unless it's not counting, which is highly possible it's not. Let's grab one more and see. Is that one a piece? Okay, we found it. Okay. Nope, it didn't go back to. It didn't go back to that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. See where you guys are at up here. Finally awakened. Time to catch this stream. Cool. I don't know. So what I thought we would do for a test is this one may be too complicated at this moment. So we're going to go back to Steve over in the first little land there and get his stuff kind of worked out, because all this stuff is technically working but not working. You found one of the pieces, but it's not iterating the frames. I don't know why. Frame num. Is that the correct name? Yes, I named it correctly. It's not giving me. Oh. Yeah, that wouldn't do it that way, would it? But it's not killing it. But it should by the next time we come in, unless I've put the frame in the wrong place. This is for the overall function. I think the frame, in order to iterate, needs to be down here, not where it was. Oh, I think I'm blocking you guys, aren't I? I'm blocking you guys, sorry. I think that this needs to be down here, not up here. So let's move that. I think I'm in the wrong loop. for that to iterate. Okay. Okay. 931. A malfunction assignment is unexpected symbol else. That would be this else is. That means that this if is incorrect. Means this is in the wrong spot. That should fix that. Yeah, it built. It did build. I think my problem is I'm trying to just make it a loop. It's not a loop. So yeah, it's just going to have to be codes with separate names. Because all these should be pieces and it should be updating. And if I leave and come back, I think it'll drop the rock. No, he'll keep the rock. But it's still... Maybe if I reset the game here and then try it as not grabbing the rock first, but actually asking her first and having her give me the assignment. Hello there. First, you must rebuild the fountain and guide to guide you to the gods. Find the missing pieces of the fountain amongst the trees. Yeah, I will look for the pieces. Okay. Thanks. And then it's old code from the other thing. So we have our pieces. Let's do the right thing. Okay. Wow, you found one of the fountain pieces without me even... No, you did ask. Okay, yeah, I got problems in the code. Now it's like, hello, fish. Fountains, yeah. Yeah, I think that loop is causing her to loop, so... Yep. Yeah, so I'll have to do it a different way. Yay, coding. But what I think we can do is we can go back to Steve. Move this to the side here a minute. You guys are being put to the side, sorry. Let us go back to Steve here a minute. We will have to figure out what's going on with this later. Steve. So with Steve, it's a little bit different. So what we may have to do is change, even though I think that we're right in regards to how we put these guys together. What they dump, I don't think we are. And here's why, is we need to make anything that we're taking back to a person for right now, it needs to be something that our guy can carry. So it is whatever Game Maker Studio language is. I don't know what the actual language is. It's Game Maker Studio code. I don't know. Because I may be unfortunately trying to do loops Python loops in GameMaker, which it may not be able to do. So, as I am not a coder, as we have pointed out many, many times, it is definitely an issue. So, what I'm thinking is this: is we're going to attack. We're going to build a script for Steve here, because Steve is he's sitting here. Where's he at? Oh, he should be an instance. Steve is not an instance. Okay, that's okay. Where did I put him? Upper tile set? No. Next. Oh, there he is. He's up on the top. Okay. So we need to build Steve's structure. Let me get my list out so I'm following the right list. Okay. That one. That is the one we want. Come here, please. So, first thing we need to do is we have to have a sprite object for the reads that he's getting, and we already have that. Okay. Okay, we need to make it, instead of what it is, which is, if I remember correctly, let's close. We don't need to close that because we're going to need that. But we need our sprite object for the reads, or our object for the reads. I think these are the ones. Yep, so this one. And we don't want it to be a collectible. We want it to be the same as the hat. So let's compare it to the hat. Ah, God, I hate when it does that. I like working with things side by side. So we're going to change this over to, instead of being a parent, its parent being a collectible, we're going to change it to an entity. And then we're going to match the settings with the hat. So we're going to have to name the quest itself. So we're going to have to make a quest. Let's just grab all this. No, because it'll create this when we do the inherit. We come up here, we go inherit. We add this. And then we have to go the reads quest. So that's what we're going to call it. Okay, which means now we have to go down here. I think it's all the way, where to put it? Right here. Let to go here. Come on. Maneuverability in this thing is not the best. So this creates our quest. That's our reads quest is set to 0. So that's so far so good. Okay. Oops.
2:34 p.m.
Oh wow. I didn't expect to hear from that person. I will have to tell them, yes, this is my phone number. Here, let me as this is maybe one of the answers that we've been waiting for in regards to okay. Okay, so we put that in. So technically the quest is there. Now we just have to write the code. Now, what I did with the fountain quest, what you see here, is I duplicated the hat quest as the main. But let me show you what it's done so far. If I remember correctly, this will make it a liftable. There was one thing I still have to fix down here, or on our. Side by sides. Where'd it go? Nope, that's the other one. I wanted, oh, move them. Okay. We need to set some variables here. Yeah, that's what I thought. We need this here. So that we can, so we can actually pick it up. That needs to be set to that. This one needs to be set to ID. Now that should make it to where when the read drops, we can pick it up, which means we can take it back to him. So we will go and punch some reads and then see if it'll let us pick them up. Because it was funny because my brain went, why are you jumping to the end and trying to fix the end first? Fix the path. Fix the path that leads to the end and then fix the end last, because then you'll learn enough doing all the other things to be able to fix the path, to be able to fix the fountain. Because I just don't know enough about this stuff. So we'll start new. The fact that we have come in and it has not thrown us out is a good thing. Let's just kill a reed. Okay, that one did not. Are they dropping it? It didn't drop it. Ah, okay. So, look at that. We have picked up some reeds. Can we fight with that? Oh, we can with that in there. I'm carrying a reed, but I can fight you too. Ah. That's actually pretty cool. So yeah, so that means that we can put a quest together for reeds to bring to him. And then he can take the reeds. And they're supposed to be, yes, I can make them smaller, sorry. Oh yes, they are that big. They're not supposed to be, but they are because I didn't size the sprite. So we will fix it. Because yes, it is over large. It is this one. And we will make them smaller. Oh, we have to go to the sprite to make it smaller, don't we? We'll make it 30. We'll make it. It looks so bad when it was smaller. Let's just make them. Let's half them, just for now, and see what happens. They're gonna look terrible, but that's okay because they're just holder sprite anyway. Holders. It's still gonna be too big, I think, though, but it's okay. So next we'll go into and build the reads request and get that working. Oops. Okay, so this will make the read smaller, in theory. Oops. There, they're smaller. Reads. Of course, we're going to have to go in and draw something. But it also means, because I was also thinking about this, well then the wood, I can't make the wood carryable because that's a collectible item. These are quest items, so you want the quest items to be things that he has to carry and return back. For now, until we learn how to put the inventory all together, which is a little bit trickier. But what we can do is we can take the because we wanted him to be able to go over here and say, okay, I'm going to save you. Well, I die because I keep hitting the wrong button and I'm dead. I'm dead and the reeds are sitting in the things. Yep, so we are dead. I still have the reeds. That's funny. Sure, it'll let me keep the reeds, but it won't save my saves. Okay. We will get there. Okay, so we want to go back to here. We close this. We need to build the script, the activate script for the reads. These are sprites, not scripts, you dumbass. Okay. Okay, quest. So we're going to duplicate the cat hat script and make it a Steve reads, activates reads. Duplicate that, and then we make it so activate reads is what we're going to call it. And right now, if we went to Steve, we have to attach this to Steve. Let me take a look at where it's at here. Okay. So if I remember correctly, we're going to make that reads. Okay, and I don't think we have to change anything yet here because we're going to replace this in a minute, but I need to make sure that hat works before we make changes. As if we go to Steve, if I remember correctly, we need to go up here and we need, where's our peoples? So with cat, there were some settings for cat, and I think it's here, activate cat hat. So we want to be activate reads for Steve. So we got to pull Steve's object. Oh, he's up here in good townspeople's. Where you at, Steve? Okay, Papa, innkeeper leader, Papa, I'm looking for idiot. There he is. Hi, Steve. How are you? All right. Okay, so Steve needs to activate reads. Let's make sure we spell it right. I think that is correct. We need to make it the same as this one up here. That and then true, true, right? Yeah, then true, true. Don't need that one. Need these two. VC and NVC. True, true. And now that should make it say go get the hat, which we will change it around to other things, but we'll save that and do a build. Because what I want to do here is I wanted to put the hat quest on Steve, because if we get that working, then we can go and do the other things for him. And we should be able to, yeah, we should be able to play this with Steve in the mesh. Okay, go back down here. crashed it. Okay. Reads quest not set before reading. Okay. I think I spelled it wrong. It has crashed. Let's come down here and go, oh, maybe because we copied it, but we did not. We put the reads quest in. That's the fountain quest. The reads quest. Okay, I did not put that in. Okay. Activate reads. Oh, activates cat hat. Activate fountain build. Activate reads. And then I needed to put that. Go back up to Steve. See if that fixes the problem. It may take us a while, but we will get it. Let's see if it crashes out again. Survey says, oh, it actually went in. Okay, let's go up to Steve here. Now he should do the hat quest. Ah. Bring me the reason. Okay, it's still on this other thing. I forgot to set his variables. No, yeah, something like that. Which one did we use? Do we have a second Steve there? We may have. Let's look on the page, see what name it is, because he may be a different Steve. I think I put the variables in the wrong place. No? Oh, let me check that real quick. That is where I screwed up. It was on this one. I did not put green eggs in ham. Let's go this, and then this becomes the reads test. Reads quest is 2. Or does not equal 2, and then we'll just put this as, we'll just put it as nurse, which means should the quest be finished, he will turn into a nurse. I know it's silly, I'm sorry. I'm being silly. Okay, what are you guys doing over here? Are you supposed to? No, they're not. What's that? Oh, it was running. Let's turn it off. Try again. Okay. Should be on your screen in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oops, that's not where we need to be, but it's okay. We can run back down here. I forgot something else. That variable, I thought we reset that variable, so I'm sorry you guys got to put up with me hunting packing this stuff, but it's that should be correct. What are we on here? We are on his object. And that was the one that's in here. Right, we didn't make a second idiot. We probably should have, but we didn't. Yeah, he's idiot. These variables are the ones that are wrong. So let's take a look at our cat real quick. Yeah, so it should be activate reads. Yeah. Back to Steve. Let's actually go here because we need the name. Which is this one down here. Like that. Go ahead and go back here since this is where we saw it, since I can't seem to get it to come up on him. There. Change this. That, we turn that one off. That should match our cat. Yep, that matches our cat. Okay. I think I left my hat. Okay, good. This is a good thing. You might need to some items to get there. Okay. This is perfect. So what we can do now is we can say, okay, we know the script works. Now what we can do is we can change it from hat to reads and put the questions in. So if we go back now to the script that runs this thing, which is now the cat hats or the active reads. So there's things we want to change, and then we can say has reads. Let's change that. We go down here and we need to go for everywhere where it has had and change it to has reads. Okay, has had, has reads. Doop doop doop. Okay, good. That takes care of the has reads. Now we have to come up here and do this and say, what was the O reads to? I think it was, right? Yeah, O reads 2. O reads 2 is the name of the sprite or the object that he will need to carry. And then this needs to change to Reed's Quest. I believe that's how we spelled it. Let's take a look to make sure. Yeah, the Reed's Quest. Dang it. So this is what I was saying about how this thing... You have to be very careful when you hit spacebar to move the screen around, because it will fill up anything you're writing if you're not off that page. See? And if you touch another page, it will screw that one up too. Okay, where were we at? We were at here. Okay, Reed's Quest. Cat Quest, Hat Quest goes to Reed's Quest. Reed's Quest. And we have to say, okay. First we need to come down here to this one and say, help. My leg is broken, I cannot walk. Could you help me find some reeds? To wrap it in. You can say, of course. Yes, I can. Say, or you can say, no, I have to get home. No, I must get home before dark. This is just temporary, of course, but it's just so that we have something in there. So those are the two choices for the answers. Let's see if that worked. Because we don't have the read yet, so we're just doing that. Let's see if quest this player might have brought the. This is if you. Okay, so. Thank you for bringing me reads. You are a true hero indeed. Yeah, it's fine. Yep. Okay, I think I left my hat. Okay. Okay, so there's a bit of a dialogue, and that's if he doesn't have the reads. So that's what that will get us started at least. And I did not take. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to take that down. So what I've done is this: is I've put in a little bit of text. I didn't do this one, this part, but I changed all the settings in this script from the hat script to the read script, or a temporary read script, and we'll see if it crashes or not. Hopefully everything will still work, but he will be able to then ask us for the reads. And hopefully without any real problems. We'll see. Okay. Sorry about blocking. I apologize. I have to keep a picture of the screen up, and I keep forgetting to. All right. So if we go to the river. Just get him out of the way. Oh, now he's going to chase me. I'll collect the money while I'm there, right? More money. Okay, so now hopefully he will ask for reads. He does not ask for reads. He does not even acknowledge our presence. No. We'll figure it out. Let's go back to our scripts. This time I closed the screen. So let's go back to him and find out what we missed. So where is, here he is. Activate reads. That is correct. This is activate fountain build, yes. And this one will be activate hat cap. So is there any other settings here that we missed? Does not look like it. Let's go back up here in our global. So that is the hat quest. And then he changes to hat quest hat. That is the only change. Everything else is the same. Once again, that is activate hat. Okay, same thing down here. And same thing here. Activate reads. Oh wait. Activate fountain build. Activate hat cat. Activate reads. That is true. Has reads, doesn't have reads. Reads 2. It probably has to do with his settings is the issue, not... Oh, did I have to put it in O-Game? No, that's in O-Game. The reads quest is in O-Game. And that is what it is called, the reads quest, yes. That is in there. As piece, as reads. Should be has reads, as reads. Yeah, that should. It has probably something to do with his trigger. Event, the reads quest. This one should be the fountain quest, and this one will be the hat quest. So all the names look right. NPC collision, yes, yes. NPC collision, yes, yes. NPC collision, yes, yes. This should be the script name, which is... Copy that just to make sure we're putting the right one in there. that's correct. Let's see. I would like to have this work, please. Physics. I must have missed something. Let's see here. So, game activation, build, sprite, got it. Fountain, yeah, make object for piece, didn't do that. Activate liftable, yeah, that's all set. Player throw. So it's just not. Why is he not? I realize that if I was a programmer, this would probably take a second to fix, but I'm not. We don't need this anymore because that is how the read is. We know the read's pick upable. This is our read object. So we know that works because he can pick it up. Get rid of that. What do we have down here? Oops. That's our save game thing. We looked at that. We have to look at how to save the state when we leave a activate liftables. We don't need that because that's all good. This is our fragment for the other thing. We don't need that open. I'm gonna close it. This we don't need right now. Okay, this is our activate reads. Okay, object 0 reads to global switch, yes. As reads, reads request, reads quest, reads quest, and oh, okay. That's what there's where our problem is. This has to be oh idiot. Who's the idiot now? Oh wait, that's me. It's always me. Hey, copy. Bring it down here. Because we're talking to the idiot. And then that has to be oh read. That's oh read. So down here is oh read. And then we wanted that to change to, oh, I think we changed it to oh nurse or something like that, just so that it would be really obnoxious. Which means that once he has it, once we have delivered the goods, he will turn into the nurse. Just for now. Because we don't have a him on crutches version of him. But that will mean that this will mean that we completed the quest. Okay, let's see if it works or if it crashes. Press key, go to the river, and it didn't throw us out immediately, so that's a good sign. Nope, He still doesn't acknowledge us.
You have script. Why you not pay attention?
The only thing is, no, because if... Let's see, can we still do these guys? Yep. Still have reads. But he does not acknowledge us. Why does he not acknowledge us? Okay. Just have to go through the pattern again and see what's up. There is a setting somewhere that is not correct. Has reads. Has reads. Idiot. Nurse. Reads. Global if none. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Go back to idiot. No, those are all set right. He has an NPC. He has... Yeah. Oh, we got raided. We have been raided by Lana. Lana raided us. Interesting. General Lana for her raid with 246 people. Thank you very much, Lana. Font for it. That is awesome. Thank you very much for the follow. Lana, thank you very much for the raid. I know that you're up for the vote again. Lana, thank you very much for the raid. You're awesome. I'm trying to figure out, I don't know Game Maker Studio and I'm learning it. So I'm trying to put some quests in for the things that we're working on, and for some reason my NPC is not recognizing his thing. So yeah, he's not recognizing us talking to him. So I'm trying to figure that one out, which will probably be something that I'll figure out tomorrow. Welcome, Raiders. Usually Savvy Otter is here to greet you. She is my mod. You know, yeah, Lana Lux raid. Yeah, it was funny because I was watching. I was watching your stream because I was concerned that while I'm learning Game Maker Studio and I'm futzing with it, that and putting things in and plugging stuff in, I was concerned that I was not doing well at it in regards to, like, from a visual standpoint or someone watching. And then I got some really good inspiration from your stream in regards to it, is that watching you make your decisions and talk about things, I just need to talk more because I have a tendency to get really focused on what I'm doing and then not talking. But yeah, thank you very much for the raid, and thank you for your stream, because I'm learning a lot from it, from the standpoint of how to stream learnings while you're learning stuff or building stuff. So what we're building is we're building a, let me show you guys that are new what we're doing, because I have it kind of a mess here, but we'll go back to, we'll run the build, and that will show you what we are doing. So this whole thing started, in fact, we'll just do a quick recap on it for everybody that's new anyway, is this whole thing started because someone had asked me a while back, if I were to start a game on my own today, how would I do it? So we started out working with putting together a list of things in Miro, where we built a Miro board, and in that Miro board we laid out basically where our town, what town we needed, all that kind of stuff. And then we started working on stuff. So I had to learn Game Maker Studio because I'd never used it before, and so I went and did the tutorial by Sarah Spalding on it's on YouTube. It's a 51-part tutorial that's about 4 or 5 years old. And so I learned from that, and then went and learned how to local. Thank you very much for the follow. So I learned from that how to do all the basics in Game Maker Studio, which is what we were trying to do anyway. And this is where we're kind of at with it now, is if we go back to, so let's just start here. So we have our basic village here, where your character's grandfather lived and stuff like that. And he's basically coming back from, we'll just go up to the top. He basically, his grandfather sent him on an errand to go get medicine for the hospital. And this is basically where he starts, and he comes in and he's like, okay, this is where he starts. And he comes, the first thing he does is he comes across the guy here that is hurt. So he goes to help him, and this is the guy we're trying to put the dialogue on right now, but his script isn't working. You know, but he's supposed to go get some reeds and stuff to give him, because he'd been in battle. He needs to bring him wood and reeds so that he can make a splint for his leg. And then he needs to run home after that, because he has to still report back to Granddad. He goes home and Granddad's gone. So he searches the house for Granddad, can't find him. You know, so then goes over to Granddad's clinic, and the nurse basically tells him Granddad was taken by somebody, so go to the sheriff, and tells him go to town and go to sheriff. You know, so we have to still write the code for all that stuff. I want to check something while we're here. See if this guy still talks. Yes, this guy still talks. You know, so he basically is. We go and find something for him later. But so he goes through the forest. You know, goes to town. Meets people in town, because we have a pretty good town. This is Zach. He likes throwing axes at the otter, so he wants you to go get him some axes. But you go and find the sheriff, and the sheriff basically says, I don't care about your granddad. Go to the priest. You know? So there's where we, okay. And then this is our village idiot after his leg is fixed. So he's working, but the script part of him isn't. So we go up to the priest, and the priest basically goes, hey, you're basically, for lack of a better way to put it, you're not of our denomination. You're of the old school. You have to go to you have to take this incense and go to Odin's altar and pray to him for help. You know, so he's like, okay. So he takes back off, goes over to the candle. This is his main path, so there's a bunch of other stuff we're putting in, but she basically says, okay, I can make you matches, but I need some sulfur and potassium, and we're going to set that up still. It hasn't been set up yet. She also is the keeper of the bees, so we do have bees on some of them, so they are buzzing there. Aquamotion, thank you very much for the follow. So he then goes to the temples. Now, right now, all the statues are built, but what we're going to do is we're going to break them, because when they came and took Grandpa, they broke all the gods, all the altars to the gods. So you won't be able to actually go to Odin's altar because it'll be broken. So you come down here and you'll talk to the otter, and the otter tells you basically, you know, we need to rebuild the fountain in order for the gods to talk to you, because the fountain will give you advice as to where the pieces, it can locate where the pieces of the statues are that have been scattered all over the world. You know, so you go, okay, so if I say, oh, apparently I said no. Okay, I say yes. Okay, will you look for the pieces? Yes, thanks. Okay. Yeah, they're scattered all over, whatever, yeah. So we can pick up a piece here, pick it up, take it to them, and then each piece will rebuild the altar, you know, or rebuild the fountain. The problem I have right now is that the fountain isn't, I don't know how to code it correctly to have it finish that. I'm learning. You know, you found one of the pieces, but see, it's not advancing, so I have to work that part out. But yeah, so Then we can go back down here, which is where the house is, and go back over here and basically go up to our guy and save him. So there's a couple things I need to learn how to do because I don't know Game Maker at all. So there's a lot of things I need to learn how to do in regards to stuff. And the cave is up here, so we can actually go into the cave if we wanted to. And no, we can't because we don't have a bomb. But yeah, so that's where the cave is for getting sulfur and phosphate, whatever it is what we need. But that's basically rundown. The overall story is that there was a Thor, the god Thor, had interrupted Loki and Heimdall doing some kind of an experiment on the Rainbow Bridge, and it split. When he knocked them over, it split a beam that took a village and put it into another dimension that the gods couldn't see. And so it's now been 3 years later that these people have been living in that dimension. The only issue is Loki's the only one that knows about the dimension, and he goes there. The World Tree has not found that dimension yet, so it isn't connected to the fountain yet. It doesn't know where everything is, but it is looking. It knows that something's out there, it just doesn't know where it is. So what has happened is the grandfather still worships the old gods, which are the ones that we saw the statues for. But the grandfather's brother worships modern mechanisms and things like that. So it's more clockwork and things like that than anything else. So that's where the two splits are. Is the little village is where grandfather and the people that follow the old gods live. The big town is where the clockwork people that are more mechanical and stuff like that live, and live more like that way. The reason why is because the grandfather's brother had died years before and his soul had been removed from his body and put into a clockwork, not an actual clockwork, but a mechanism. And because the grandfather couldn't bear to be without his brother, so used powers to bring his brother back to life in a mechanical device. And so his brother runs Bartertown. He runs the other town, and so they've kidnapped the grandfather and taken him away, and our boy needs to go find him and help him and all that. But he needs the help of the gods to do so. So he has to rebuild the fountain first. And then the fountain will tell him what order to rebuild the gods in order to advance. So 0 to 1 is this part here that we just walked through. And that would be part 1, or level 1. Level 1 then would be, level 1 to level 2 would be putting the first god together, and getting powers from that, but going out and doing stuff. So that's the basic breakdown. And I'm pretty sure I've screwed it all up. But right now, I can't even get this guy to talk to our character. So I'm missing a command somewhere. So with Game Maker, what I'm finding out is it's cool that everything's modular, but it's also uncool that everything's modular. So, if that makes any sense at all. But because this is just a mock-up, we're using different tools for just throwing some artwork in. The happy trees are from our stream, because we have happy trees as a emote. But the other stuff is, I pretty much just went in and used an an AI graphics generator to generate the stuff for it, including the peoples, except for the main character, which we have to change still, because that's still from the tutorial that I did. But this is kind of where we're at. So now I'm learning how to script conversations. I just need to find out what I missed in regards to why this guy is not answering. So I know that it's something in the script, the actual conversation script, because everything worked before I changed that script. The little parts of that script that needed to be changed to make it for this. So it's something in this one that I'm kind of hunting out. So, because we did get it to do this, we did get it to do all of this when it was still key, based on the hat quest that we had. But somewhere in the typing, I've missed something or broke something, and that's what I'm trying to hunt down. So that is where we're at. So the name of our character in this particular one is Oh Idiot, which is also kind of resembles me. Yes, it does. So, but it is up here. So if he has that, is it none? And does he carry the O reads? He doesn't carry O reads, so he goes to 1. This is the name of the reads quest. Let me make sure that name is correct. It is correct. And that's basically all we're doing, is we're stepping through to make sure we've named everything right, because that's usually where the problem lies, at least that I've seen so far. Okay, so reads quest. Let's see, what did we set it to over here? So that's reads quest. Okay, then that goes to... So now it's just hunting code. Why for art thou not working? But it is in here somewhere. So has reads. Oh, all the punctuation's correct. That's correct. The reads quest. Idiot. Nurse, yeah. O reads 2. With O reads print. Yeah, so that would take this, and if we turned it into him, then it would destroy it. So it would disappear. That is correct. Okay, down here. Else, help, my leg is broken, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that is this is where he should be coming in right now. Has reads, nurse, Oh, player, yeah, that's all good. Yeah, so let's put it side by side with the original. We put it on this side over here. Come here. Oh, God, I hate when it does that. Okay. So that's where we're at. I'm sorry. Not okay. Hi. Thanks for the raid. That was really awesome. Yeah, sometimes talking it out helps, and it's nice to bring chat along with the thought process. Yeah, it is. It's fun. Although I still have to get used to when they just go silent. That gets a little weird to me. I'm like, okay, are they there? I hope you're there. Yeah. So yeah, it's fun. But that's the basic breakdown of what we're doing. We usually go to about half past the hour here. Probably gonna go a little bit long because I need to compare these two scripts and find out where I have put the wrong thing in. This is the active reads, and this is the original cat hat. So reads blah 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 equals O reads. That is the correct thing. Switch to globals. Cat, okay, reads quest. And then case 0 and case 0, which basically means that if he has the reads, we want him to say these things. Well, you found it without my help, blah blah blah. Reads quest or receiving. I'm just seeing if maybe I missed a comma or deleted a comma somewhere in here. So, oh idiot. And then that's O hat. And then O nurse. So we're going to make that, yeah, because it's quest hat. So he's changed it to O nurse. So we'll just stand him up, which just basically means he's got his reads. Else. Yep. There's no assignments in there. One reads. Reed's quest. Hat quest. Instance. Nope, there, that stays. That stays. The only thing I could think is where, no, but it's the same over here. So I was thinking maybe we turned it off, or maybe I didn't turn it on in the first place. Let's see, because it should be here. Oh, no, it's 0. So it should be off. And it should be... Nurse up here, so... So let's go back to... Let's pull the cat up. We will pull the cat up and then figure out if I put a setting somewhere. We're just going to step through it all and see. I obviously have a setting somewhere that is not working correctly. So here's the cat. The cat has the activate quest equals 2. Let's get our idiot. We already got him. Haha. I get it. Equals not. It does not equal 2. Let's put it back in. Bring him up to the top so you can hear the cat. We have to make sure all settings for the cat match all settings for the idiot. Yeah, we were playing Warcraft 2 earlier. That was fun. I actually finished a level today. Yay! Okay, so the Reed's quest, the hat quest. 2. Yes, right. Yeah. Okay, that is all correct. Now, activate Reed's. True. Okay. Activate hat quest. Hat cat. True. So those are all correct. Nothing else has special settings. We are P entity. All of his settings are correct. Okay, so it is not him. He seems to be set up correctly, unless... Oops. Jeez. Hate this program. See what I mean about the using the space bar to move stuff? It sucks. In order to make this work, you have to hit the space bar to move the screen around. But if you do that, it can also delete whatever you're working on. There you go. So that put that back together. Uploadable quest sprite. Did I read this wrong? No, because it should be. So here's the hat quest. Let's go down to our bigger. So yes, it's the hat quest. And this one is the Reed's quest. So let's go up and make sure that that is the correct spelling we used up here. It's a fountain quest, hat quest. Yeah, it was spelled right. Maybe it's because, oh, that's interesting. Something I didn't think of. Let's go back to town here for a second. We're going to take this idiot and delete him. Because what I'm thinking is maybe because we have 2 idiots in the game and one of them still has the old settings. that he's screwing up he's screwing it up. Yeah, he has the old settings. So we'll go delete the idiot. Idiot is gone. And that may be causing some confusion. Okay. I still think it's kind of weird that everything seems to be set right. But as soon as I changed the name of the properties, it stopped working. And it shouldn't have. What I can do is let me copy this. I'm going to do a test real quick. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to save this into Notebook Plus. Say new, no. Say new, just copy it there. Then we're going to go back to our hat quest. We're going to copy all of this and see if he asks for the hat. Because if so, then it means that something I put in there screwed something up. So save, go build. Yep. Successfully built. Okay, let's see if he will pick up the hat quest. Waiting for you guys to come on screen. Okay. Go to the river. Ah, damn it. I should take them out of there for now. Okay. So there's definitely something that I did wrong, because if he's doing the hack quest now, I screwed something up in this script. Okay, we're late. So this is what we will be working on tomorrow. I don't know what I messed up though. That makes no sense. Okay. We don't do the sevens thing here, but thank you very much. I bet if you asked us to type something random but funny sounding to check if we are there, most people would. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Oni. Yeah, ask for something simple. No, we're not doing the number 7 thing. That's something else. 42 is better. Yeah, because 42 is the answers to life, the universe, and everything. That was very cool. We got raided today. Now I can add to our raid list. Let me go to it because we're going to go there in a minute anyway. But I want to add the numbers that Lana did here. Let me go back to, here's what we're looking for. 246 people. That was pretty cool. That was very nice. So let us leave this because it's frustrating me, and we'll go back to just me for a second. And then we will do our raid vote. Set this to tomorrow. Can't believe tomorrow's already Friday. That came up quick. Okay, that's all set. Let us go to our boards. Our board. Actually, I forgot to do something, didn't I? Yep, I did. Let's go back here just for a second. We go back to our logos. There's our logos. I'll turn this off. Not me. This one. Okay. Sorry about that. Got a little ahead of myself, realizing that we're running late. So, where did my notebook go? Okay. Here we go. Now we can go. Now we can do this. All right.